Hey guys, so Trump
Donald
won
Trump
the
really
election, and I wanted to talk about what that means for the housing market here, specifically in Houston in 2025. Hey guys, Natasha Tessier. I am the owner of Dwell Realty and Design by EXP. Used to be an interior designer, which is what I do best with a lot of my new construction clients. Take them to the design center, or we do it over the phone or over a Zoom and help them do all their selections. People love that. I just did that with this gorgeous Perry going up. Do it every single day. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about Trump winning and what I think that means for our housing market. So let's just talk about this year right now in Houston. It was not a good year. It was not a good year across the nation. The rates were way too high, up into the sevens, over and over, sometimes even 8%. People were not buying unless they had to. So we kind of had this momentum shift to a buyer's market, meaning my buyers right now, I have 7 people now under contract because they're locking in the rate right now and building next year. Or they're buying by December 31st in inventory, and some of these people are saving $100,000. It is crazy the deals that are happening. What I'm telling people is lock that rate in now or lock that price in now. All my builders, and I work with all of them, Highland, Perry, Coventry, Weston, David Weekley, Chesmar I have under contract. I mean, all of them are going to have a price increase come January. Let me interrupt that I am down at the coast of Texas, so that's why you have this environment that I'm in, but I wanted to get this filmed for you guys. So anyway, all of them are going to have a price increase. So what happens is when the market's flat and dead like it's been, those prices go way down and the builders are super incentivized to get anything under contract. I have one client, she is buying an inventory in Bridgeland right now, and it's 3090 square feet. 8 of those have been sold this year, anywhere from 565 to 580. I looked at all the numbers at all the solds. I went to the sales rep and I said, what's the lowest they're going to go? Well, you can offer 560, but the lowest we've been doing is 565. I said, great, we'll do 555. He's like, oh, they're never going to accept that. Well, they did. So go in with somebody that is going to negotiate on your behalf. When you call my number, you only get me. I have 2 girls that help me, but it's just me. You're not going to get rotated to a round robin like some of these other YouTubers that have 47 agents, and you just get the next person in line is how that works. So if you need a tough negotiator, that's probably what I do best, and we can get on a Zoom and all that stuff. So anyway, the election's finally over. People are breathing a sigh of relief, whether it went in your favor or it didn't. I think just having it out of the way, it was very stressful. Nothing was selling. Everything has kind of already settled since then. Things are picking up slowly, but it's still slowly. I don't see any major changes happening besides the inventory being highly discounted before December 31st. And the reason I don't is because most people are not buying right now unless they have to, or they want a really good deal because they're, spending time for Thanksgiving. They're decorating for the holidays. Come January, we're going to have a new president, and I think the rates are going to start to decline over time. And that is going to change the script for 2025. I've been on both sides. I still was able to have a great year, but most agents did not. And so I wanted to kind of dive in and give my personal opinion, but not only my personal opinion, but just as a seasoned realtor, what has worked and what hasn't worked and what I see happening. Okay, so let's rewind to when we had Trump's first term. Before the pandemic hit, we saw historically low interest rates, relatively affordable housing. It was an excellent time for home buyers. I myself locked in a 2.5% rate, which I don't know that we'll ever see it that low, but the economy was stable. Jobs were plentiful. Gas prices were down. All that was kind of great for the Houston market. And, our housing market in Houston is heavily reliant on the energy sector because we have so much oil and gas, and that's a big part of our economy. Obviously, healthcare is another huge part of our economy. And then construction. Those are probably our 3 biggest. We have diversified over the years, but that energy is still playing like a huge role. So Trump, and he's already talking about it again, deregulating the oil and gas industry, which I think will help create more job growth locally. So the more regulations that they put on oil and gas and the more the gas prices go up, then the less money that people have to spend and the harder the jobs get. But when you deregulate that, especially for a city like Houston, who produces a lot of oil and gas jobs, I think that'll help us tremendously. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is kind of job growth and economic expansion. So with his policies, favoring deregulation. So with this boost in jobs, it'll kind of create a ripple effect in our local economy. So, more jobs, more people spending, more moving here, gas prices are down, taxes, obviously, we'll talk about that next. So we're expecting an uptick in the economy, even though as a whole, the Texas economy is pretty dang strong considering where the nation has been with the inflation. Okay, and so I mentioned taxes. Another important factor is our tax policy for Trump's second term. It's kind of safe to say that tax cuts are on the horizon and people are excited about that. And so that means, again, more money in your pocket. And when you have more extra cash to spend, then again, the housing market. So if we see tax cuts, we see job increase, we see lower interest rates, it's almost inevitable of what is going to happen in 2025. And I think that'll stabilize our market. Like we went way up and then we kind of are, in my opinion, on a very low valley right now. And that's why we're getting such good deals. And I think it'll just kind of stabilize in the next year or two. So we talked a little bit about interest rates with Trump returning to office. Recently, the Federal Reserve announced some cuts, and that'll, directly affect mortgage rates, and it's going to trigger this chain. So overall, what I see for 2025 is a new president. I see interest rates going down. I see housing prices going up, and I see it kind of shifting from a buyer's market. It may take a year back to a seller's market. So if you're a buyer looking to buy and you can buy now, this would be the time that I would do it. Because the more competition that you have, the higher the prices are going to go up. So if you look back at 2022, when we had all the crazy going on, my builders were not incentivizing anything. They were like, take it or leave it because I have 10 other people waiting in line. That's not the case right now. Right now, they have a ton of inventory sitting. We have almost 5 months of inventory right now. That is not a healthy real estate market. So when that inventory starts getting bought up because the rates are going to go down and I feel like the economy is going to surge, then you're going to pay more for the house. So always inventory is more affordable and might not get exactly what you want. So some people come in and they say, you know what, it's worth it for me to pay 50 grand more for exactly what I want because I'm going to be here a really long time. If you're going to be there a long time, get what you want, build it, do that. But if you're just looking for a great deal, maybe it's an investment, maybe it's, a temporary house to move into something bigger later, now's the time to do that. So I see the rates going down. I see the economy getting better. I see more sales in the market, and I see 25 being a great year for real estate, but maybe not as good a deals. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Any questions on this? I would love to hear your point of view. Please comment below. Reach out anytime, days, nights, weekends. I'm always here to help you, and I would love to hear from you. And I hope you have a blessed day.